Hello my bookworms, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sydney and welcome back to Spin the Bottle TBR for January of 2023. So hey, what's up? How are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope that your holiday season was merry and bright. Welcome to a new year and welcome back to Spin the Bottle TBR. If you saw my 2023 goals video, then you'll know that I have plans to kind of change it up a little bit this year. I wanted to find a way to be able to still use my Spin the Bottle TBR because I miss playing. It's a lot of fun. I love being in like the chat with you guys whenever we do premieres, and just playing it and filming it is always a fun time. But I wanted to find a way to make it a little bit more flexible, so we will be changing some of the rules. I will no longer be keeping track of how many times I land on each space. Previously, I was doing that and then adding a spin every time the 5th tally mark came around on any of the colors or spaces. I will not be doing that anymore, and whenever I do get a +1 spin, or in the nightmare prompts, there is like add 2 spins even, those will still count. I just won't be adding the unnecessary tally mark spins anymore, so that I can keep some space within my monthly TBR for books that are for secret videos and things that I'm working on. Another thing that I'm changing this year is the idea that previously, whatever book I chose for the prompt I landed on, that was the only book that I could read. That was the book I chose for the TBR that month. My new thought process, and this is a big shout out to everyone in the comments of my 2023 goals video because you all gave me really great ideas, but one idea I loved in particular was changing that idea into just having to fulfill the prompt that month. So if I get a prompt that's, for example, read a book with a flower on the cover, and I choose Horrid by Katrina Leno, but then 10 days later I don't really feel like reading that book anymore, but I have another book that has flowers on the cover, I can change it. I can read whatever book has flowers on the cover for that month. That's the idea. I just want a little bit more wiggle room, a little bit more leniency. We will still go through all of the prompts the following month and make sure that I either completed or didn't complete, and depending on that, we will still do rewards and punishments. Those might change a little bit next month, but we'll play it by ear. For now, those are the biggest changes we're making. We're just trying to have a little bit more fun and making it a little less strict. So we can get on into the game, and after the game's over, depending on how many spins I end up with, we will then talk about the remaining books that I hope to get to this month on my TBR. But again, we can start with my Spin the Bottle TBR. So let's go on to spin number 1, which is my Patreon only spin. All of the prompts are submitted to me from my patrons in the greenhouse. That link is down below if you want to check it out, but without further ado, let's take our first spin of 2023. Okay, so the very first spin of the year is read a book that matches your current outfit. I am like capital C comfy right now. I am in a Caleb's green flannel, in a band tee for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard when we saw them at the Red Rocks show this past year, the week before our wedding, and then I literally have Adidas sweatpants on, so it might be a little bit of a stretch. Okay, so there's one book that I really want to choose for this prompt, but I'm gonna give you the book that definitely fits my outfit better, okay? The book that I have that definitely fits this outfit the best that I could find is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I mean, it's a little bit messy, and it's a little bit messy on the front of the band tee. There's a bunch of green. The letters are red. A lot of the letters are red on the band tee. And I mean, I feel like the shape of the cover fits the shape of the graphic on the t-shirt. So I feel like that is the option that makes most sense. But again, we're practicing kindness, so this is a potential for this prompt. And if the mood strikes, I will definitely pick this up. This is like a Gossip Girl meets something else. I don't really know. I've talked about this book a few times on my channel, and I still don't know what it's about. But it kind of took everyone by storm. Everyone was talking about it, and I mean, I want to see what all the fuss is about, but I don't know if it'll be this month. So again, this is an option for this prompt. It fits fits this outfit, but another book that I really do kind of want to get to this month that kind of fits the outfit is Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Raybourn. So, I mean, it's like there's no green on this cover, so if I took off the green flannel and ignored like the green background and just focused on like the red lettering and maybe the black knife could be my Adidas pants, you know? It could work. It's not like wrong. It's not the most accurate, I'll give you that, but it's not like too far off. But this one sounds super fun. It says, older women often feel invisible, but sometimes that's their secret weapon. They've spent their lives as the deadliest assassins in clandestine international organization, but now they're 60 years old. 4 female friends can't just retire. It's kill or be killed in this action-packed thriller. I've heard it's super fun, and I've been wanting to pick it up for all of the positive reviews that I've heard about it. So again, if we're being stingy, this is definitely what fits my outfit best. But emotionally, I might be picking Killers of a Certain Age, so do with it what you will. But let's go on to spin number 2. So spin number 2, we got a nightmare pick. I don't know if that's foreshadowing to tell me how my year's gonna go, getting it on the first game of the year, but we're gonna roll with it. The prompt I got was a blind pick though, so it's really not that bad. I've collected a stack of 4 books. So the first book in this stack of 4 is We Spread by Ian Reid. Very excited to read it. This book, it's gleanings, but I'm using it as a placeholder for Hell Bent. Oh, I had a little sticker that I'm that I'm putting on the back. So Hell Bent by Leigh Bardugo comes out this month. And whenever it comes out, I really want to read it. So this is the placeholder for that. Then we have Valor by Jean Gwynne, which is the next book in the Faithful and the Fallen series after Malice. Really want to continue the series. And then the 4th book is City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. This I am reading with my patrons as a David trilogy read-along. And this is why it's in the nightmare pick, because both of these are really chunky books, really chunky series that I want to read. I have an obligation. I should be reading City of Brass, but I also really do want to continue this series, so it's kind of a nightmarish situation, if you will. So these are the options. I'm gonna stack them up, and Caleb is going to mix them, and it'll be like options 1, 2, 3, and 4 from top to bottom, and whatever number I choose after he's done mixing them, that's the book that I will read for this prompt. Tap me with your toe when you're done, because I'm closing my ears.
Just close your eyes. You're good at mixed.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Keep them closed.
So 1, 2, 3, or 4. Yeah?
Top to
bottom.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go with 3.
Big one.
It's a big one, it's a chunker. We got City of Brass. Probably the best outcome that I needed to have, I guess. This is what needs to happen. Okay, so we got City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. So I already read this like 2 years ago or so, but I never continued the series, unfortunately, which I really wanted to, but I was in the middle of some vlog and I had to continue with the theme of the vlog. So I had never continued the series, but I gave this 5 stars. I am so excited to get back into the world, and pretty much everyone in my book club who has continued the series and finished it are really, really loving it. It's making me really excited to get back in the world. I am a little sad that I won't be reading Valor this month, I'm not gonna lie, but I can always pick up that series after I start and finish this one again. So, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to read City of Brass or go right into Kingdom of Copper and just read like a summary of what happened in City of Brass, just to kind of brush up on my memory. So for this prompt, it'll either be City of Brass or Kingdom of Copper. And let's go on to spin number 3. Okay, spin number 3, we got a tarot pick. So if you remember, I have all of the major arcana cards in this tarot card deck that I own, one of the many, and I have predetermined prompts selected for each one of these cards. So we're just going to, you know, mix them up, put in some intentions, try to get the best possible prompt for the books that I want to read this month, and then I'm going to, I don't know, pick one at random. This one feels good. The card we picked was Temperance. So let's go into this handy notebook and see what particular prompt I had selected for it. So it's kind of like an aesthetic prompt. It says, choose a book with a symmetrical or proportional cover. So let's see. Honestly, I think that this works perfectly. I'm gonna choose Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I feel like this is actually pretty proportional, very symmetrical. The way that the text is like centered, this is very grounding at the bottom, and this is very perfectly like in the center. I feel like this works really well for this prompt. So this is actually my December book club pick that we will be having a live show for the first weekend or in the middle of the second week of January. The poll is live right now. But this book is something I'm really excited about. It seems very strange. It's getting mixed reviews within the book club for sure. But like, you know me, I love weird, I love strange. And it says, Piranesi's house is no ordinary building. Its rooms are infinite, its corridors endless, its walls are lined with thousands upon thousands of statues, each one different from all the others. Within the labyrinth of halls, an ocean is imprisoned. Waves thunder up the staircases, rooms are flooded in an instant, but Piranesi is not afraid. He understands the tides as he understands the pattern of the labyrinth itself. He lives to explore the house. There is one other person in the house, a man called the Other, who visits Piranesi twice a week and asks for help with research into a great and secret knowledge. But as Piranesi explores, evidence emerges of another person, and a terrible truth begins to unravel, revealing a world beyond the one Piranesi has always known. It sounds very strange, very like dreamy, and I've been very excited to read this, and I was so excited that everyone in the book club picked it for December, and it's time to finally read it. So very stoked, very excited that this worked out. And let's go on to spin number 4. Do you remember what this means? It means that I can't tell you what book I'm choosing for this spin. Just know that it is a book that I'm using for a secret vlog I'm doing this month in January, which I'm very excited about, and I'm hoping that it's a good one. So that is all I'm saying. We're gonna go on to hopefully the last spin, which is number 5. This game didn't start off too well, you know, with the nightmare prompt. Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. It's ending great. I mean, the last 2 spins have basically been mood reads, and this one was a legitimate mood read. So the one I'm gonna choose to tell you about for this like specific mood read is going to be Women Eating by Claire Codie. This book is about a woman who is a vampire, and she is living away from her vampire mother for the first time, and it's very difficult for her. Not only is she a vampire, but she is like an aspiring artist, and she's trying to make sense of her like relationship with food while developing as a woman and an artist and trying to just exist in this world. It sounds like a really like unique vampire story, and I'm really excited about it. I've heard some good things, and I'm really stoked that I was able to get it on this official list. So that's it for the Spin the Bottle TBR, but a couple other books that I plan to get to this next month is The Book Eaters by Sunyi Dean. This is January's book club pick for my book club, so I'll probably read it closer to the end of the month. And likewise, the buddy read pick for this month in my book club is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. This one sounds like it'll be a very cute, wholesome, witchy story, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. And then you saw it earlier, it didn't get picked, but I do still want to try to read We Spread by Ian Reid. It takes an interesting look on like memory and time and makes it kind of scary, but from what I've heard, in like a very beautiful way, if that makes sense. Very excited for it. I really hope to get to it this month. And like I said, if I don't read Magnolia Parks, I will try to read Killers of a Certain Age to one, fulfill that prompt mildly, but we're gonna say that it works. But also I want to read it. I think it sounds fun. The first TBR of January 2023 is looking pretty good. One of them is flipped around because it's the secret you can't know, in addition to these over here. So altogether, it's a pretty thick stack, I'm not gonna lie, but we're gonna see if we could do it. And this is all that I have for you today. If you are still here, then leave the champagne bottle emoji down below in the comments to celebrate the return of Spin the Bottle. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I always appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. Bye.